the warrior who sailed with Odysseus. My name is Eurylochus. I am Odysseus's kinsman by marriage, his sister's husband. And for 9 years men have called me his second, as if that title meant the same thing as being trusted. It does not. A second is the man a captain leans on. He is not always the man a captain listens to. I want that understood before I tell you what happened at the harbor, because what happened there was, in part, my fault. Not all of it, but enough that I have carried the weight of it every day since. We had been at sea for weeks after the winds turned against us near Aeolus' island, a disaster of its own, though not one I am ready to speak of yet. By the time we found the inlet, every man on all 12 ships was starved for solid ground. And the inlet looked like mercy. Sheer cliffs rose up on either side, breaking the wind to nothing. The water inside lay flat as a plate. A stream came down from the rocks, clear enough to drink straight from the fall. Odysseus would not bring his own ship inside. He held it back, moored to a jutting rock at the harbor's mouth, and he told the other 11 captains to do the same. I was the one who argued against him.
"The men need rest," I said.
Real rest, on real ground, not clinging to an anchor line outside a wall of cliffs. What is there to fear in a quiet harbor?
"Quiet is not the same as safe,"
he said. Everything looks like a threat to you lately. He looked at me for a long moment, the way he looks at a puzzle he has not finished solving, and then he said nothing more about it. He let the other 11 ships go in. He kept his alone outside. I wish, more than almost anything in this long and ruinous voyage, that I had lost that argument. 3 of our scouts went ashore to find the village, and I watched them go from the deck of Odysseus' ship, close enough to see, but too far to help. They found a girl at the spring, drawing water, tall as a young tree, and I understood, looking at her, that whatever people lived here were not built like us. She led them, smiling, to her father's hall. Her father was the king. Her mother came out to meet them, and the moment I saw the queen's shape fill the doorway, I knew we had made a terrible mistake. She was no woman. She was a monster the size of a mountain's shoulder, and she called out, and the sound that answered her from every hillside around that harbor was not an echo. It was more of them. Dozens. All her kind. They killed one of our scouts before the other 2 even reached the shore again, running. And then the king and his people came down to the cliffs above the harbor, where our 11 ships sat trapped inside the water like fish in a weir, and they began to throw stones. Not stones a man could throw. Boulders. Rocks the size of the ships themselves, hurled down from the cliff tops with such force that the first one struck clean through a hole, and the ship folded in on itself like a broken reed basket. I heard the sound the wood made. I will hear it for the rest of my life. Men went into the water, and the giants speared them there. Speared them the way we spear fish for supper, hauling them up on long shafts while they still struggled. And I understood then that this was not war to them at all. It was a harvest. Odysseus did not wait to see more.
"Cut the line," he roared, and I had my blade through the mooring rope before the words had finished leaving his mouth. Every oar on our ship hit the water in the same breath, and we drove for open sea while 11 ships behind us came apart under the rocks, while the screaming behind us did not stop, did not stop, did not stop, long after the cliffs had shrunk to a smudge on the horizon. 200 men, perhaps more, gone in less time than it takes to tell it. 1 ship left out of 12. My captain's ship. The one he refused to bring inside a harbor that everyone else called mercy, on nothing more than a feeling he could not even fully explain to me when I pushed him for one. I did not thank him that night. I could not find the words. and some shameful, cowardly part of me did not want to hand him a victory in an argument that had just cost so many lives to settle. I only stood at the rail and watched the dark water behind us, as if I might still see something moving in it. And I understood, for the first time in 9 years at his side, that being his second did not mean I would ever be his equal in this. In knowing, somehow, before the rest of us did, exactly which harbors were mercy and which ones were only shaped like it. I did not yet know that this would not be the last time his caution saved my life, nor the last time it made me hate him a little for being right.